You're on, David.
Yes.
You're on.
Good evening and welcome to the Town of Buxton's Selectmen Meeting for July 31st, 2025. First order of business, to open the meeting at 7:02. And the first order of business is pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Approval of prior meeting minutes for July 24th, 2024.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor? 3, 1 abstaining and 1 absent. Discussions held between 4 and 7. At 4:30, we had discussions with electrical inspector that we may be hiring. At 5 o'clock, we had a discussion with Patty McKenna. At 5:30, we had a discussion with our treasurer, Bill Hall. Went over a whole bunch of little things. 6 o'clock, we were just talking among ourselves to 7 o'clock when we came in here. Projects and issues, Chad.
Yeah, so this week I did speak to, I'm trying to think, I think I spoke to our Assistant Fire Chief, Jeremy Redlin, but more so busy with the health inspection aspect of everything. We had a couple calls from Child Protective Services and investigated that and some other places that might have been questionable living circumstances. So that's how I spent my week.
Frank.
Yeah, I was on vacation, but I was in the office a little bit. I met with David and our assistant, Hunter Cox, and we discussed a personnel issue, and the two of them got me up to speed on what has taken place in the last 2 weeks. I talked with a resident who wanted to know how to go about finding out when one of our ordinance was enacted. And I referred her to our code enforcement officer, Patty McKenna. I had a conversation with Patty about the electrical inspector's position. I had a conversation with Public Works Director Kevin Kimball, and again, our assistant, who's also our HR director, on a personnel issue. And I had a meeting with the police chief. I wanted to see where we were at with the new radio system over there in the dispatch. Things are going really well. He said it should be up and running within the next 2 weeks. Monday morning, they're going to install the antennas in the 3 different sites. We already have the antenna installed here, so actually it's 2 more sites. And they're actually building the radio components as we speak. And once the antennas are installed, they'll go around to the 3 sites and install all the install all the components for the radios, and it should be up and running within the next 2 weeks. And that's pretty much it for me.
Tom?
Not a lot for me, but I did talk to Greg Heffernan over at the transfer station a couple different times. They had a company over there grinding the stumps and brush pile, or mostly brush, I guess, and ran into a couple snags, but they got through it, and it's all done and cleaned up now, so that's it for me.
Yeah, I was over to the transfer station like Tom just to see they did get everything ground up, and it's good to see all that brush gone. Talked to Kevin Kimball about paving. They started paving the fire stations, and they're supposed to be finishing them this week. I was in a couple times, talked to Frank and Bill Hall, treasurer. So that was pretty much it for me. Old business, permits will be, they'll start issuing electrical permits tomorrow, August 1st. No new business, anybody? Okay. Executive orders. Executive order 2425007-022, an order approving 16 hours of vacation time for John Myers.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? That's 4 with 1 absent. Executive order 2425007-023, an order approving 8 hours of vacation time for Hunter Cox.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? That's 4 with 1 absent. Executive order 2425007-024, an order to approve a pole permit for Central Maine Power to construct and maintain one pole on Lower Egypt Road beginning at 162 feet northeast, starting at pole 31 on Town Farm Road in accordance to Central Maine Power.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? That's 4.
Question about that? Okay, am I allowed to ask a question about that?
He probably has the same question that I
I
have.
live on Lower Egypt Road, and Town Farm Road is over here. Is there a different part of Lower Egypt I'm not aware of?
That was going to be my question.
That's got to be incorrect, actually. No, yeah.
Good catch. Is Hunter already gone?
Hunter's gone, so I don't,
I believe, and don't quote me on this, but in the paperwork that we signed tonight, I didn't see anything about the Town Farm Road. It all had to do with the Lower Egypt Road. I mean, anything about the Lower Egypt Road, it all had to do with the Town Farm Road.
So isn't that some sort of mistake that needs to be?
Yeah, we're gonna wind up tabling this. We're gonna wind up tabling this executive order. We can't vote on this until we get it right.
Right, right. So I'm only, Lower Egypt, I believe, ends at Depot,
Correct,
and Town Farm's over behind here.
Correct.
So
right.
something's not
yeah, so we need to table
right
this.
there.
Motion to table that?
Yeah, we need to.
Second.
All those in favor of tabling Executive Order 2425007-024? 4 with 1 absent. Executive Order 2425007-025, in order to approve a supplementary tax warrant and certification for fiscal year 2024-2025 in the amount of $5,000 for MAP 3, Lot 49.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? That's 4 with 1 absent. Executive Order 2425007-026, an order to approve supplementary tax warrant and certification for fiscal year 2024-2025 in the amount of $19,040.50 for MAP 4, Lot 15B.
11B.
11B.
Okay.
Motion to
11B.
approve.
Second.
All those in favor? 4 with 1 absent. Executive Order 2425007-027, an order approving supplementary tax warrant and certification for fiscal year 2024-2025 in the amount of $31,099.41 for MAP 2, Lot 59B.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? That's 4 with 1 absent. Executive Order 2425007-028, an order approving supplementary tax warrant and certification for fiscal year 2024-2025 in the amount of $2,353 for MAP 2, Lot 45.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? That's 4 with 1 absent.
And I'll come in tomorrow and talk with Hunter about that executive order that we tabled.
Any executive orders by initiative? Accounts payable and payroll warrant is Executive Order 2425007-029, an order approving expenditures as documented in payroll warrant number 9.
Motion to approve.
Second?
All those in favor? That's 4 with 1 absent, and that amount is $106,765.94. Executive Order 2425007-030, an order approving expenditures as documented in accounts payable warrant number 10.
Motion to approve.
Second?
All those in favor? That's 4 with 1 absent, and that amount is $158,062.33. Next meeting of the boards, the next selectman meeting will be Wednesday, August 7th, 2024 at 7 PM. The next planning board meeting will be Monday, August 12th, 2024 at 7 PM. Any other business?
I don't have any. Nope.
Public questions and comments?
Evening, gentlemen. John McManamy. I've got a question for you. I know that we do a revenue sharing for animal control with Hollis. Do we do revenue sharing or expense sharing with them on anything else
We're not doing that.
that you know of?
If we are still doing the sharing on the animal control, that's coming to an end. They've kind of backed out of that now.
You're going to back out of it?
Hollis
They
did.
did.
They did.
Yep.
They did.
We
Okay.
just got the letter yesterday.
Okay. Then I had one other question. Main Street, the sidewalks. So is there some sort of a plan to maybe get the state to fix those sidewalks when they finally fix the highway, or is that a ticket that we all are going to have to pay for?
Don't we maintain that?
Right now, we're at least trying to get them to pave it. That's been a big issue,
Contingency.
to get them to even do that.
But not the sidewalks?
At this point, no.
Do you have you looked at what it would cost to fix those sidewalks? Because that's kind of the gateway to the town. And it's kind of looking a little junky with burnout at Patty's. It's been looking like that for almost 3 years. So I'm just thinking that, what can be done on the sidewalks? I walk it every day and it's just kind of
Kevin Kimball, the Public Works Director, and I have had more than one conversation about trying to get some grants. And that's as far as we've gone. We've talked about it, about trying to get a Main Street grant. There are some out there. There wasn't any this year, but he does get those, that information, and it is something that.
Does he have his finger on where the grants are?
Some are state, some are federal.
How would I research that to try to see what's out there? Because I know you guys are swamped, everyone's swamped,
Google it.
but it'd be kind of fun
Yeah,
to
probably just Google
Should
it.
be able to Google it.
just think Googling grants, huh?
Grants for Main
Sidewalks and
streets?
Main streets.
For main streets?
Yeah,
Main streets and sidewalks.
Okay. I mean, I've never done it, so I thought I might toss it out there. Be nice. Be nice to have nice concrete sidewalks from
There-
Lowe's down to the bridge, be nice.
the other thing that goes along with that is Central Maine Power. Because in order to do nice sidewalks, we're gonna have to the power's gonna have to be done. And one of the things we've talked about is hopefully being able to get Central Maine Power to put the poles back on this, the back side of the sidewalks, so that we wouldn't have to buy a sidewalk piece of equipment to plow it.
Yeah.
Because if we have a sidewalk, then we have to maintain it. And if we could get the poles moved back, then they could plow it with the wing. At least that's what Kevin's
That makes
has
sense.
said.
That makes sense.
So, and they're in such disrepair that,
It's kind of, I mean, you know, I'd love to see the gateway to the town looking nice,
yep.
you know, and you've got,
Yeah, it's
and you got
second
two
worst road.
properties in there that are just a disaster.
It's the second worst road in town.
What's the worst?
Hurlin Smith.
Okay. Thank you.
Hi, Ellen Dakotas, Aging in Buxton. After last meeting, I did some research and want to clarify some of the issues that came up last week. So, Aging in Buxton is trying to develop a volunteer base within the town, as well as to connect residents with resources outside of town, right? Because we have very few services within the area, but on the county level, there are more things that we can connect people to. So for the ramp issue, when I received the call that someone needed a ramp, I indicated that I didn't have volunteers to do something like that, but that I would check into other resources. Okay. So there are many organizations that provide ramps, because I did ask what the house looked like, because they have to be custom designed to the home and to the need of the person. So when that issue came up, I did start to research different groups. There are several. One is called Alpha One, one is called Main Site. There are ramps that sometimes people who are vets can get free ramps. So there are many, many outside organizations that Aging in Buxton can look to. So it's not necessarily that we're going to have volunteers doing this if they're not under a protected umbrella. We're not trying to put anybody into a situation where they're going to be sued, including myself. There are, if you Googled, we're talking about Googling, if you Google age-friendly in almost every town around here, you'll see that many of them do have volunteers that do work in homes. But, if the volunteers that we've used, if you will, have been under other organizations' protection. So we had the grant with Saco and Biddeford in New York County, that home repair grant we were part of. And their contractors went in and evaluated the homes of residents who needed some safety adjustments, okay? So, but they were asking us to keep a volunteer list ready if we can find people, because they were also having trouble getting contractors. But if anybody had worked on those projects, they would have been protected under the grant. There is also insurance that Aging in Buxton could get that would protect volunteers if we ever get to that point where we have so many volunteers helping that we would be able to purchase insurance so that they are safe. Right, okay, insurance, and again, because the other complex part of it is that insurance and payment for these ramps and other modifications to homes, not all the insurances will pay for it, okay? So you would have to really look into that to see how it would be paid for. Habitat for Humanity is another organization. So they might have volunteers, or there might be volunteers in Buxton who work with Habitat for Humanity, and they might be an agency that we could call on to help people. When I have posted, and I have done that recently on Facebook, if there are people, volunteers, who would be willing to help some of the seniors with home repairs, people come, but they are charging the patient, the residents, I'm sorry, that's from my work. They are charging people, so they have, it's not pure volunteer work that they're doing for people, but they're giving them a little bit of a reduced rate, because people will tell us that they can get their yard cleaned, or they can't get food. All right, people for the food boxes are telling us, well, we'll get the food box because we don't have to pay the oil bill this month. So we're trying to help balance that for people. And when the police went out on their own time, they also helped people, because the people that asked about their yards indicated that they would not have been able to afford to get someone to remove the debris from their yard. So I wanted to bring that up to see if that helped clarify. It's a balancing act, and I tell everyone it's a balancing act of trying to get volunteers and trying to provide programs. So I'm going into both areas, because I can't offer more services for people through the agency if we don't have volunteers. Most age-friendly communities are volunteer-based. It's not, people are not paid to do that. So we try to keep a volunteer base growing, and also understand for people that we can be a central call that then will get outside help to them. So does that help answer some of those questions about liability? Okay, thank you. And the other thing, I would just like to remind people that Saturday morning from 8 to 10, we're going to have the Coffee with a Cop here, and it's talking, they will be talking about protecting, I think, mostly older residents over 60 against scam and fraud. So we hope everyone can come and join us. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you.
Anybody else?
Dave Hyman, Buxton. Last week I brought up that I asked about the transfer station, if they were getting many complaints on the monopoly money, if you will, not having monopoly money and stuff like that. And I asked about the fees, and they said that it was brought up at one of these meetings and it was posted on the town's website. Well, I went looking on the town's website, first time that I've been on it in I don't know how long, and the announcement part of it, I saw absolutely nothing about the fee schedule. There was something on there about the monopoly money or funny money or whatever you want to call them, the coupons, that you had to buy them here at Town Hall, that you had to use a check or a card over there. The only place that I could find anything, you had to go into the transfer station. I don't know what you want to call it. Click on transfer station, and there was the fee schedule there, but it didn't say anything about being upgraded or anything like that. And then I went looking at where they said that it was brought up here at the meeting. I went and I looked through all the meeting minutes from, I think I started in either April or May, and I went to June 12th, because that's the last one that's posted. There's nothing on there since June 12th, and I still didn't see anything in there. So there wasn't anything brought up in any of the meeting minutes or anything about the fees. Just wanted to let you know on that, unless I'm missing something. Like I said, it is posted, the fee schedule is posted, but it wasn't an announcement. It was just in there on the fee schedule. We were talking last week on the way out, and Dave said that the rate for the credit card over at the transfer station is different than if you use it here at Town Hall. Why is it two different rates?
The rate that's used at the town hall is compatible with the bookkeeping that we have here. The rate for the transfer station and the rec department is not compatible with
The software.
the software at town hall yet. Bill Hall has been looking into it and trying to find a way to make it compatible or have that company so we could get the same rate at both places. But as of right now, they're not compatible, so it doesn't, the way he explained it to me is someone, if they paid with a credit card, it wouldn't work in our system in the town hall. It's a different system. That's all.
Okay, I mentioned that to 2 or 3 different people, and they said they'd never heard of anything like that, but
Yeah.
why, they
It's
could,
not, they're not compatible with, the town hall.
it's the same company, but,
No, it's not
Oh,
the
it's a
same
different-
company.
what's that?
It's not the same company.
It's not the same company.
No.
Okay, so you got one company that takes care of the credit card fees over at the transfer station, and another company that takes care of the fees or here at Town Hall.
Yes. And he's looking into getting it all combined.
Yeah.
But as of right, that's why he went with that company, because they gave us such a good fee charge over there. And that's why he went with them, and but for some reason, something is not compatible.
Yeah, okay. As far as you said something about moving the poles back down on Main Street. That
That would be one of the things that would like to happen
Yeah.
to make it,
just to give you a heads up on that, they've changed the tree trimming on 3-phase, and it's sky to ground, or ground to sky. So anything from the ground, 8 feet either side. It used to be 8 feet either side and either 10 feet, they went to 12 feet, and now it's nothing above on 3-phase. So they'd have to get all new easements to trim,
yeah,
just letting you know on that.
that would take a lot of trees.
Yeah. And somebody asked me, the police chief isn't here, but they asked me tonight why cruisers are sitting out here in the parking lot running with nobody in them.
Because the dog is in
One of them,
one of them.
yeah.
I haven't seen any others out there running, so.
I've only seen the K-9 cruiser running. I haven't seen the regular patrol cars running.
Okay.
Just
they-
Sergeant Maines is always running when the dog's in it.
The only time it's not running is if the dog is in the station.
Okay, they said that they were, there was 2 of them out there, and they ran for over an hour when they come in, when they left, and they were still sitting out there running, so.
I can look into that, David.
I mean, I can ask him, but.
Yeah.
And I guess that's it.
Thank you. Anybody else? No executive sessions tonight?
But I'm aware of.
I'll take a motion for adjournment
So moved.
at 7:31. All in favor? 4 with 1 absent. Thank you, and have a safe week.